Hello, I'm Daniel Laforêt, Professor of French and Media Studies at the University of Alberta. And this year, in May, I will have the pleasure to teach the E3 French Alps program in Grenoble. Now, Grenoble, as you may already know, is one of those cities, those major cities in France that you cannot go wrong with. It is surrounded by the beautiful Alps mountains. It is close to the border of Spain, Italy, and Switzerland. But the whole point of the course is that there's so much more to Grenoble than we can suspect at first glance. And the way that I could summarize it for you very quickly here is that the course itself will be divided into three different aspects that will try to connect the reality of the city of Grenoble and its surroundings with the contemporary culture of France itself today. The first one of these aspects is the origin of the French language itself, and this is something that we'll cover in the course. Grenoble is situated in the southeast of the country, an area which was instrumental in the construction, if you will, the evolution of the French language back in the pre-revolutionary days, and it all coalesced into the French that we know today. This is something that is very still visible in Grenoble, be it through the accents of the local people, but also with the vast amounts of historical landmarks and documents that are preserved in its museums, and so on and so forth. The second aspect, which is very interesting with Grenoble, is that its cityscape, the very fabric of the city of Grenoble, is representative of the urban reality of France. In that the very, like for example, the downtown of Grenoble contains social housing projects that are extremely visible, and you can totally tell that there are social housing projects, and there's a history tied to them. But it also, Grenoble has been favored as one of those tech hubs as part of the global economy in the recent, I would say, decade in France. And this is something that we will be looking at via an exploration of the city itself as part of the course. The third aspect, which might be the most invisible for people who visit the city briefly, but that will become visible for you in the course, is that Grenoble is situated at the confluence of what we, for lack of better word, call the current migration routes for people who are coming from, African continent or from other countries that they wish to flee, and they try to get to France, they try to get to England, but the thing is that they have to pass through the Alps mountains. So the very situation in Grenoble makes it uh, a very telling example of the reality of what we call today the migration crisis. It's a very urgent reality to understand and to deal with. And this is something that becomes understandable for people who stay for a longer time in Grenoble. And of course, through the class, we'll be investigating, exploring that reality in different means. What to expect with this course in terms of the day-to-day activities? Well, it's not a course like other courses that you are used to attend at the university. There's a classroom, of course, and there will be some lectures, but there will be again so much more. City walks are planned. There will be a few hikes out there in the mountains, and the lectures will be integrated into those activities. There will also be lectures given in a cafe, and I know just the one because I've been to Grenoble, of course, before. What would be a visit to France without a stay, a lengthy stay, and heated discussions in a cafe? That's all going to be part of the course. We will visit the museums. There are three main museums in Grenoble. We will visit them. And all in all, the students can expect to have many, many stimulating and lively discussions, be it with their professor, myself, or among themselves. And not all those discussions, I insist, will take place in the classroom. Easily half of the course will happen in situ, in field trips, and out there, if you will. So I hope that you will choose to join me in this adventure. I've had the pleasure to teach this class once in the past. It was a wonderful experience, and I'm very much looking forward to it again this year. Thank you. See you soon, hopefully.